You know, honestly, I've been using that as Harambe, even though the joke's been dead for about, I don't even know how long. But really, that's actually a Kong figure. Yeah, I got this way, way back in the day. And let me tell you something about the 2005 Peter Jackson's King Kong. I was obsessed with that movie going into it, and it's really one of the first things I can remember of me being obsessed with a movie. I know Terminator was something I was obsessed with back in the day. I got this King Kong plush toy before the 2005 movie came out. I also remember getting the video game that came out for PS2. I don't know what else it came out for. Side note, that game spoils the entire movie because I remember watching the movie and then I stepped out to go to the bathroom and then I came back in and I pretty much knew what happened the parts I missed, I pretty much knew what happened because of the game. I actually brought this plush toy with me in 2005. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember I was in 5th grade. Yeah, good times. Anyway, that's besides the point. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another spectacular review from Scubasitch, this time Kong, Skull Island. Directed by Jordan V. Roberts, starring people such as Tom Hiddleston, Samuel Jackson, John Goodman, Brie Larson, John C. Reilly. Oh my god, so many more. You know what I like about Kong Skull Island that I really did not like about Peter Jackson's Kong? It took like an hour and a half for anything interesting to happen in Peter Jackson's King Kong. That made the movie pretty much unwatchable. Like, I've watched it once and I don't think I ever needed to see it again. But yeah, talking about Kong Skull Island, this movie gets right into the meat of what this movie is. It's about Kong. It gets right into the point about 20 minutes in. First obvious takeaway is Kong. Kong, every time he's on screen, grabs your attention, is entertaining as hell. And that's what this movie's about. You know, at the end of the day, it's about Kong and the island. I think this movie gets its main mission across very well. It does what it needs to do. It's entertaining enough. It's a monster movie. John C. Reilly is in this movie. Along with Kong, he's arguably one of the best parts of this movie. But he does have a very bad exposition scene smack in the middle of the movie. So yeah. But he does explain what Kong is to these people. It's kind of something different from what we got from past Kong movies. We're not gonna get the story where he climbs up the building and he gets shot down by the plane trying to protect the girl. It's not a good thing to get it all at once in the way that we did. But it was kind of interesting to see this new take on Kong. I don't know if it's necessarily new, but it was kind of interesting to see how this whole island operated and Kong at the center of it, and how Kong was a king or a god to the people that inhabited the island. He even mentions that Kong is not even fully grown yet. Yeah, so hint, hint, hint.
Yeah, right. When Godzilla's coming, y'all be tripping. I seen the movie. You be Gayaka, Gayaka,
Cutter.
yelling everywhere.
You know, having not seen the trailer, I was pretty surprised at everything other than Kong, like the creatures on the island and the island itself. I did look back and see that some of the trailers did ruin that, but it was pretty surprising for me to see some of the creatures that we met along this island. Some of them were lazy, but I did enjoy most of the creatures that were on this island. They were pretty interesting to me. My personal favorite takeaway from this movie are some of the shots and some of the cinematography, and honestly some of the color schemes. You know what? I think that the whole entire color scheme of this movie is brilliant. It's got such a mossy or swampy type feel to it, but it's still, in the same way, very vibrant. And so, you know, I feel like the colors in this movie just draw your eyes to it. It was honestly something that I noticed from the get-go, and I thought it was beautiful to watch. You know what I feel like we're forgetting to mention? Let's talk about the cast. Yeah, John Goodman, Samuel Jackson, John C. Reilly, Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston. Oh my god. Such an amazing cast, laid to waste. Oh my god. Brie Larson's character in this movie is a photographer, nothing else. Tom Hiddleston, I don't even know what he's doing. He's just a guy that smacked some dudes in the face with a pool stick, and that was it. And he was a tracker of sorts. But you know what? To be fair, Samuel Jackson was pretty good, and John C. Reilly, like I said before, was the best part in the cast realm. So we have some amazing star power here, and they were all wasted heavily. They have nothing behind them. They are just there. They're, you know, for the most part, you're not even looking at their character. You're just interacting with the actor or the actress. Good lord. I'm not going to complain too much. Like I said before, this movie is a Kong movie before anything else. And let's be honest, these characters are all here so that the creatures and Kong and whoever else can just pick them out one by one. That's the point of the movie. There's like some comedy bits in this movie that fall flat on its face. It's actually horrible. John C. Reilly is the only part of this movie that works. Sometimes this movie's trying to be somber, sometimes it's trying to be funny. It's here, it's there, it's all over the place. It's a mess. It's a mess. No spoilers, but there are some shoehorn scenes of Brie Larson's character interacting with Kong's character, that had no place in the movie. This movie goes on for a while before we get to that stuff, and it just comes out of left field. I'm just sitting there like, when was this a thing, you know? There's a scene in this movie that totally pulled me out of the movie. And there's a lot of scenes like that. There's a lot of convenient moments, I will say. But this is not necessarily a convenient moment. This is just a scene that pulled me out of the movie entirely. There's a scene with Tom Hiddleston. He puts on a face mask, and there's some toxic gas in the air. John C. Reilly tosses him a sword in slow motion. This man is just slicing and dicing in slow motion. It literally looks like they were like, hey, Zack Snyder, can you direct this scene for us? Oh my god. The only plus I have to say about that scene is the colors. Like I said before, vibrant, beautiful, amazing to watch. But the scene, god, I was just like cringing the entire time that was happening. For a movie that's about survival, there's too many convenient moments for these characters, and you could just see it coming. So in the end, it just feels like this movie's just going through the motions. The perfect way to describe the movie is everything Kong is great. It's just that everything else surrounding Kong, the characters, they're all just disappointing. 6.8 for me. I'm not going to be too harsh in the movie because it is a Kong movie. Alright, that's it. That's it for me. I'm Scuba Stitch from the 5th Row. Till next time. Oh, there's an end credit scene, and it's pretty bad.